Today on In the Case Geek Culture, we have Super Saiyan Trunks, Infinite Latent Super Power. This one's been out for a while. I actually already have one and open. I just haven't reviewed it. But I ordered an extra one because I ordered a special custom head where he has regular hair. Because SHFiguarts, for some reason, refuses to make Trunks with long hair with a ponytail right after he gets out of the hyperbolic time chamber with his Faja. So I ordered the custom head, and I got this to be able to stick the head on. So I'll make a separate video for that later whenever it gets in from AliExpress, which will be like a month because you know how that goes. But in the meantime, I figured we could go ahead and just review the figure itself because it is still a cool figure. It's not the best figure in the world, but it's still a cool figure. So let's begin. So your box is a pretty standard newer generation box where you have the figure itself photographed, no art, no anything crazy. They're black and white. You get your Tamashi sticker. I think this one was before. Nope, still got the quality. Yep. So always make sure that you have your quality stickers. Some of them earlier ones, they don't have them. Anyways, you get your writing on the side. You get your poses on the back. This was used, so this box isn't exactly the best shape. Like I said, it's for a head sculpt, but it looks pretty sweet. Let's pop it open. Before I carry on, I have a question for you. Which side do you guys open your SH on? Do you go on the left where it has this long-ass tab, or do you go on the right where it's short? The only time I ever open on this side is, well, because it was sent to me like this. But there are instructions usually on the longer tab for how stuff works. And that's only if I can't figure something out, because I'm a dude. I refuse to read instructions. If I can't figure it out, it was engineered wrong to begin with. So, blame the engineers. Well, anyway, let's carry on with this. So here he is out of the package. I mean, again, he's just a good-looking figure. Even the face looks great. I'm not a big fan of pearlescent hair. I know I've never said that on here before, but I was never really a big fan of it. I get that it's supposed to, like, mimic glowing, but I like the matte, like, pale yellow, or even the darker yellow to the pale yellow on the tip. I really appreciate that. But that's just a me thing. There's a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people out there that like the pearlescence, or they even like the clear. And I'm not a big fan of the pearlescence, but I tolerate it. Even the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which I feel like looks like shit because of the pearlescence hair, I tolerate it. But if it was clear, plastic, the see-through stuff, I hate that with a passion. But sorry, not trying to be a hater, just my personal opinion. Comes with the crossed arms, 2 other hands beside the fist. You get the splayed, you get the grabby, you get 2 other faces, the scary face, the screaming face, the stoic face. This Super Trunks was always like a favorite of mine. He's a fan favorite anyways. He's kind of like the Wolverine of Dragon Ball, where everybody loves him no matter what, and it's gonna sell. He was just a cool character design, cool concept. It's great that he's bigger than his daddy, and it's cool that he does the Ascended Saiyan, I think is what they call it, where they're all bulked up, which that's another reason why I wanted to get the other hair sculpt too, because Black Hole Studios is about to release him, Vegeta, and Goku right after they get out of the time chamber, and they show their bulked up forms. And then, you know, Goku's like, this isn't fast enough for me, you know. So, I'm pretty stoked about it. And I'm really stoked about the new head sculpt. I also got I believe it's Tonson. They make I'll have to look it up. And you know what? Pause, I'll tell you. And we're back. It's actually Air Studios. They make a handset for this specific build of Trunks, where he's like pulling his gloves up, but it's different than that Vegeta one that I have from Tonson. So it looks even more different. And then the head sculpt's also from Air. It's sold separately. And God only knows when I'm going to get that. But whenever I do, we'll be back to this and we'll do the full rundown of everything. It'll be fun. So let's move this guy around for a minute, and then we'll pose him up and get him in the case / back in the box, and I'll show you the one that's in the case. Today's background feature, Stain Chapter 5 Limited Edition. Comes with a whole booklet and a whole bunch of extra songs, like cover of Beetle from Howard Stern about Beetlejuice that he made into a song. But it's really awesome. It has a bunch of B-sides and all kinds of crap. So anyway, back to it. You have Trunks. See, he's got the sweet ponytail. Why couldn't they just made the regular hair too? Damn you. And then you have to buy him from either Tonson or Black Hole if you want like the future Trunks with that type of hair too. But like I said, Air made the sculpt. I'm pretty stoked about it. I can't wait to put it on. So you get the neck, looks down, pretty all right. Back, enough. That ponytail really hinders it, but I mean, really, it's okay. It does fine. I love how I forgot the eyebrows are even glossy. That's actually pretty cool. If you're gonna do glossy hair, do the glossy freaking eyebrows. Your shoulders, boop, boop. He's gonna be just like a Vegeta. I mean, if you haven't used one, of course we're gonna go over it. But you know, his butterflies here, they still look pretty all right. It's just this could be soft and push them together more. You know, if you've watched any of my stuff, you know that I complain about a butterfly every time. Like, what's the point? But this doesn't have a chest cut out for it, so it's okay. This one is doable. It's okay. I think this is a 2.0 articulation, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not like one of those nerds. Bicep swivel looks pretty good. It's almost flat. See, like, I used to not want to collect SHFiguarts because I used to think they looked cheaper. This is one of those. You get your cut right here. You get your gappage. These elbows, these double joint elbows, I always hated how, like, they have that little gap there. But he gets a good double joint curl. Gloves, that's the norm. You get the hips with the little diaper piece in the way. So you're not getting really good splits unless you turn your stuff sideways. And then you Van Damme it. His legs. That's gonna happen on any toy if you overdo it like I just did. Hopefully this will go back on and be cool. Be cool. Stay in school. So anyway, I hate this diaper piece because it comes off. I'm glad they got rid of that. Then you get your knees double jointed. You went that far. You can do that with a single joint and still make it look good like they do now. The shoes, they're the brown toes instead of the white. You get your toe up, ankle rockers. So pretty standard, basically just a taller Vegeta body. Looks great. Swap the hands, same as always. This is for the noobs. Pop it off, pop it on. Sounds like there's a thunderstorm coming on. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera, but yeah. Blue, blue, blue. Then these swap out by pulling this off. I always hate doing it because I feel like these get looser, and I'm not gonna have him with this anyway, so I'm not gonna waste the pull yet. But if you've seen one, you've seen them all. It's crossed arms. I like how, I think it's Constant, they do separate arms on it and they cross it over, because I like to have that separation. To me, with it looking like that, it just looks cheaper. That's just my opinion too. But anyways, let's pose him up and then get him in the case. He is powering up. It's a good looking sculpt. Like, the faces on this are amazing, and the hair is great too. There's something about these third parties here recently have been killing it though on these head sculpts. But yeah, looks pretty good. Pretty good. There he is screaming about the blast of fool. Probably Cell. Cell's an asshole. Remember that late 90s, early 2000s pose? I just saw somebody talking about this the other day. Also, DDP. I'm not a big wrestling guy, but back in the 90s, I sure was. And DDP was a big deal too. Pretty sweet. Now, we'll show you this. This is, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So whenever you swap out those cross arms, a lot of times you end up with a loose bicep swivel after you go to put the stuff on, even if it's SHFiguarts. So I try not to ever swap them out anymore. Even for these videos to show you guys, I just don't, because I'm not going to risk my figure. So unless you want to risk doing that, or just leaving your guy how he is, in my opinion, it's not worth it. They could have engineered that a lot better and done something a lot different. And that's again, my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you could have figured out a way to slide off this front elbow part and left all this hard connected and just swapped it to where the hands were different. And then you can rotate your bicep swivel over and have them go on top. But, again, I'm not a toy engineer. Yeah, swap out the Vegito hand. Throw on the cool Vegito ball. That's fun. I'm glad that works like that. I mean, granted, everybody would be like, but that's Vegito. Agreed. But that Taunson Arts one that I have on the Omni Vegeta that I put together, it has that red thing too, and you can use it because it's the white gloves. So white gloves, we'll go with the white gloves, guys. Don't forget it. You can always swap and have fun. But anyway, let's get him into the case. There he is in the case. See, he's got his arms crossed. I have him by his, I don't know what you call that one, the feature trunk self. But yeah, I put his crossed arms on that one. That's how I found out about the ruining of the bicep swivel. It was actually this figure, which is pretty funny. But he's just kind of set in the corner right now. Because again, like I said, my son and I are going to be redoing all of this stuff. Like, look, he fell over. Old butthole. You know, that's not bad for a cheap figure, the Rose. I wish they would have kept the gi the same color. But I get that they were matching some stuff and screens, but when they redo it, I hope they just stick with the black. And anyways, we're just going to redo all this crap. I'm going to get a good Gohan head for this thing. I feel like it deserves it. That thing looks like shit. But anyway, well, hope you like and follow. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and follow.